Ethan, thanks for coming by the studio, man.
Of course. Like, I came here, a little over a week ago, got the full tour. This is a really cool space y'all got over here.
It's pretty nice. It's
It
pretty
really
nice.
is.
So you came over here to drop off my very first custom suit ever.
Yep.
I wore it to Fete Rouge that night. I showed it off to everyone. Do you know how many people complimented me on that suit?
That was one of the first questions I was going to ask. Like, what were people's reactions when you showed that suit off to everybody?
My confidence was through the roof. I usually don't show people what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
But I had the logo liner on the inside. I had the names on the wrist and on the back. I made people look at the back of my neck a lot.
Yeah.
But everyone that I talked to, they would be, as soon as they said, "Oh man, I love your suit," I was like, "If you love the suit, wait until you see this."
Yeah.
So I don't know why I kept buttoning my suit up the whole night, because then the hardest part was unbuttoning so I can open it up. And then toward the middle, I just left it unbuttoned.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot easier to show people.
No, it really is.
I showed it off the entire night. That logo on the inside, the suit and the fit were amazing, but showing my logo to people,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I felt amazing when I did that.
No, that's one of the best things that we do here at Pearce Bespoke. We do a lot of suits with custom linings like that, which for small businesses or any business, like, one, you can write it off as a marketing expense, which is good, like save a little bit on taxes. But like you said, like the confidence that you get while wearing it is invaluable. And then like having your logo and everything on the lining, you want to show it off to people, not only because like suit fits really well and you love wearing it, but it is getting your brand out. Like, at the end of the day, we're all in sales of some sort. So the more people see your logo, the more they're going to want to go visit you and give you business too.
It was awesome. I'm going to have to cut in some of those clips from Fete.
Oh, perfect.
That show it off.
Yeah.
And I'm not an arrogant person, really. I'm not a flashy kind of guy, but that suit made me feel, it's just great, dude.
Yeah.
I've never had someone like measure me for a suit. I've had tailors like take in things before, jackets and shirts.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome. But when you came and measured me out, and then I didn't think much of it, but when you put that jacket on me for the first time, those shoulders, oh my God, I don't know if I can go back to a regular off the rack jacket again.
And that's a very common theme that I get whenever like I have a first time custom suit client and we put it on for the first time, because there are three things that we have to get right on every single suit. We have to get the shoulders right, we have to get the sleeve length right, and we have to get the length of the jacket right. And like, especially with off the rack, like you can adjust the sleeves, which the gentlemen that are like take pride in the way they look, they'll adjust the sleeves, and I'm always appreciative of that. But it's the shoulders that irk me whenever I'm seeing people wear off the rack stuff, because generally they're too big and it doesn't fit their frame or anything like that. So getting the shoulders to hit right on the perfect spot, like it just kind of gels everything together into fitting really, really well. And then when you're wearing something like that fits you correctly, that you've picked every single detail of, it gives you that confidence to go out, like I said, to go to Fete Rouge, like to meet a bunch of people, network really well, or say you're a new professional going into your first job interview. You're going to be nervous, but if you're wearing something that fits just right, that little extra bit of confidence can help you land that job. Or even if you're in a position that you already have, that you have a big meeting or something like that, walking into a boardroom that you have to give a big presentation to. All those little things that are in your subconscious that help you exude that confidence, helps you secure your goals that you're trying to get like in life.
It's strange to think about it. It's just a piece of clothing.
Yeah.
You know, like I never thought that clothing would make me feel this way. You hear it all the time: look good, dress good, feel good, right?
Yeah.
All of those, I feel like they were cliches up until now.
No, like one of the hashtags that we use, like at least in our social media, is suit yourself, feel yourself. And I have to remember the second one. I can't remember that one.
I was definitely feeling myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I was feeling myself that night for sure.
Also, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Ethan, I forget, how do we meet?
So we actually met because of this guy that's off frame and off camera right now. I was introduced to Jeff from Sheridan Faye. I was in a B&I group with her. Ended up making her a really, really cool like red power suit with the Red Stick Financial logo on the inside. She loved that, and she was I guess a client of y'all's already. She wanted to shoot, I think, a testimonial for Red Stick Financial. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, she came in.
Shoot a testimonial
Yeah, she
So
was
she's-
shooting a testimonial for us.
Oh, she's shooting a
Yeah.
testimonial for y'all. Okay, that's even cooler.
Yeah, she came in to shoot a testimonial for us. She was wearing that awesome suit,
Mhm.
and I complimented on her on that right when she walked in, and she didn't say anything about you just yet, right? Because and then we shot the testimonial, and then as we had the cameras rolling, and she's so good on the camera anyway.
She really is.
That I was like, is there anyone else that you want to give a shout out to? And immediately she was like, Ethan.
Yeah.
And then she gave the testimonial about, Pearce Bespoke, and then she opened up the lining, and this was like the red was the exact red from her logo.
Yeah.
And then she opened it up, and like the logo was all up in the lining.
Yep.
And it fit her so good. Like it was a really nice suit. And then I guess we sent the video to her. She sent it to you.
Yep.
You and Jeff linked up.
Yep.
And then I met you at Trent's house for the first time.
Yeah, met you at Trent's house for the first time. Yeah. She connected Jeff and I, and y'all had just won the best burger with the Advocates Best of 225, and Jeff wanted to celebrate that. After Sheridan's testimonial, saw that we could do the custom linings, everything. So he wanted to get y'all a couple of suits, like to celebrate that and put our mom's logos on the inside. So we got connected. I was like, oh, this is a great idea. Because like I knew y'all did great work already. So we're like, all right, do the suits for y'all. I get a couple of cool videos. Everybody wins doing that. So set up a time, went over to Trent's house, which that was a beautiful day, by the way. That was a very, very gorgeous day. Went over to y'all's house. It was fun doing like the full video shoot. Had never been given, direction for video shoots. So that was kind of fun, like living my little actor dreams for a little bit. And then I got to show you all the entire process of how it goes for a consultation, and kind of just went from there.
Dude, I love that, because I'll tell you my perspective of the whole thing. First off, I've never been measured for anything before, so that was very cool. And meeting you for the first time, and how calm you were and how cool you were about the whole process, because I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what to expect, and you just walked me through it, and it felt very effortless the entire time.
Yeah.
And probably the hardest part about that whole process was going through all of the different materials and the buttons and like all the different options that you can do.
Yeah.
I can't remember just being like, can you just give me a suit? And you're like, I can do you a suit.
Yeah, I can just give you a suit, but there's a whole lot more that goes into it. So, and one of the things that I'll do before, like I'll meet with a client, like we go over kind of how the entire process works over the phone. So whenever I arrive at either a client's home office or even my corporate office, since we're fully mobile, like I'm here to, save our clients time. Whenever I get there, we're going to pick the fabrics, which is honestly, that's the hardest part.
It's a lot.
Since I've got literally 10,000 fabrics to choose from. We'll pick the fabric. Once we decide on the fabric, that's the hardest part. And then we get to go into like the personal details. So next you're going to pick the lining of it, be it like one of the custom linings that, like one of our standard custom linings, so like paisleys or some of the prints or something like that, or even, the super custom one with the logos that we did for you and Sheridan. Get to pick the buttons, and then we're going to design the entire suit. So whether we want single-breasted, double-breasted, how many buttons on the single-breasted or double-breasted jackets, what type of lapel do you want, how long do we want the lapel, then we're going to choose what's next. Then we'll decide, how many buttons we want on the sleeves, what direction do we want the buttonholes on the sleeves, what direction and type of pockets do we want on the jacket itself, and then we do very similar thing for the trousers. So we're going to pick every single detail, and we can get as like nerdy, as I like to put it, as like picking, the thread color for the lapel buttonholes, thread color for the embroidery. And it's not just, standard embroidery that you see on the inside left of the jacket. Like I can do it on both sides. I can do it on the collar felt. Like I can even pick, the color of the stitching for the pick stitching on the suits themselves. Like there's so many details that we can get in to make a truly one of a kind garment that is just for you and fit just for you. Because after we do all that, then I get to take the measurements from head to toe. And that's the biggest thing that people, that kind of shocks them. They're thinking, oh, just like take chest and all that jazz. Like, no, I'm saying
there's a lot more.
There's a lot more, like from like pretty much from head to toe, because you got me on a roll right now. Like,
Tell me.
Yeah, we're gonna take your neck, take your shoulders, like so the point to point on the shoulders, chest, jacket waist, seat. Then we're gonna take the sleeve length, the length of the jacket, and then take your wrist to get the opening of the jacket itself and biceps. So that's everything just for the jacket. And then for the trousers, obviously, we're going to take the waist there. We're going to take the out seam on the legs, take your thigh, the opening of the bottom of the trousers, and then the biggest one that people aren't used to, but I think is the most important measurement when it comes to trousers, is what we call the U-rise. So we're actually measuring from the front of the waistband through the legs to the back of the waistband. So there's we don't have any of that excess hanging fabric in the crotch area. So all those together create a very good pair of trousers that many times whenever I deliver it to a client, they're like, oh, this is the best pair of trousers I've ever worn, because we're so used to, crotches being too big and them being too baggy.
So is that why my butt looks so good in those
That
pants?
is exactly why your butt looks so good in those pants.
I felt good.
Yeah.
I don't even have a butt, but it made me look like I had a butt.
It'll make you look like you have one, because between that, the seat measurement, and getting the thigh just right, it can shape the seat very, very well. That not only people like the way they look, but their partners generally like the way that their seat or butt, as you put it, looks like in those trousers. And then once that's all said and done, picked all the details, got your measurements in, we'll send it off to production. And we have one of the quickest turn times in the industry. Our garments come in between 3 and 4 weeks, whereas some of our competitors are, 6 to 8 weeks, or even some in town are almost 3 months to get it in. So we have a very, very quick turn time. And whenever the garments come in, we schedule another fitting with you where we try it on. And with our perfect fit guarantee, we'll go back and forth with alterations as many times as we need to get the fit dialed in the way you want it to fit. I might have some opinions to help guide clients, but at the end of the day, you're the one that's wearing it. I want it to fit the way you want, so you get that confidence and everything that comes with wearing it.
You really did have a very quick turnaround time. I think the longest part for us was Trent figuring out what name he wanted on the back of his jacket collar.
Well, that we went back and forth a little bit. With your lining, we did the circle, our mom's logo, step and repeated on a black lining. So that's, I don't want to say that's a standard sort of custom lining that I do, but that's what generally most people do, at least with business logos. Trent wanted to do something very, very, very cool. He wanted to, since he had a blue, a very, very dark blue pinstripe suit with red pinstripes, he wanted to take the our moms with the waitress in the middle, shrink it down to as small as we could, turn it 90 degrees to create pinstripes on the lining itself. And it took a little bit of back and forth to get it exactly the way we wanted. But wow,
it came out really good.
So well.
Yeah, it really did. Trent's got a great eye for that. He's got such great ideas when it comes to just something different.
Yeah.
Something that's just completely unique.
Yeah.
You can see it in the houses that he designs and the houses that he builds. And I don't know how he does it. If I have a design question and he asks me, what do you think? I'm like, you just do it. I was like, I'm going to trust you 100% because I don't have that eye.
Yeah.
And I don't have that brain to think of those things. But for some reason, he's really, really good at it.
Yeah. I mean, I do something similar. A lot of the times clients will be like, well, what do you think? So if I want to be, a little bit more bold, which I like to have a flair for the dramatic after all. I might suggest the peak lapels like I have here. It's a little bit more bold. Technically, it's a little bit more formal, but it stands out a little bit. But if they want to stay a little bit more traditional, conservative, then I'll single-breasted 2-button jacket with a notch lapel. Keep it what you see everywhere else. So you'll stand out because it looks good, but you won't stand out as much as me that peacocks a little bit.
I definitely peacocked
You peacocked that night
at FET. Yeah, for sure. It was such a good night, man. I loved it.
I know. I wish I could have. I wish I could have been there. Because we actually, Pearce actually had 2 tickets from Bubba over at LaBerge.
Oh.
So we sent 2 of our clothiers there to network, and they actually got a couple of good leads there.
That's why. Okay, because someone was there talking about suits to people.
Yep.
And I didn't get a chance to meet him, but
yeah,
my director said something about someone walked up to him and started talking about suits, and I was like, "Was his name Ethan?" I was like, "Is he here?"
Oh yeah, you would have known if I were there.
Oh yeah,
I would have found you immediately.
You definitely weren't there.
No, it was I think Mary Hannah as she goes by, one of our newest clothiers in Baton Rouge. She was there, and then Alexa was also there. She's been with us a couple months now. But yeah, we've gotten to the point that we're actually growing here in Baton Rouge. For the longest time, I was the only clothier. From pretty much the beginning of last year to call it April. It was pretty much just me slinging suits here in Baton Rouge. And it got to the point that like I can't handle everything that's coming in. We had to bring in new people to handle the new business and them to go out and find their own to grow Baton Rouge to hopefully $1 million in sales this year. That's kind of our goal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know you had a lot of clients last year. Didn't you do like basically the entire LSU football team?
We did a good chunk of it. We did the entire offensive line. He had a micro territory, a micro franchise here in Baton Rouge. His son was actually a walk-on the football team. So we did the entire O-line, and we do a lot of NIL deals with LSU specifically. Not necessarily with us like being doing the contract with the student athletes, but we're a good medium for NIL deals. With LSU football, they do the Tiger Walk on all the home games. So they walk down Victory Hill to Tiger Stadium in suits. So we'll work with boosters that want to sponsor the student athletes by putting their business logo, just like we did for y'all's, on their suits. And last year we did, I think, around 30 of the student athletes for suits for them for the Tiger Walk. And I just delivered to actually earlier this week for the Stamps brothers.
Really?
Yeah, so they got 2 more suits in addition to, I think, their suits we did last year. So they've got a suit for every home game this year. That's Pearce Bespoke that they're going to be wearing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, those suits are sick. I saw your Instagram where I follow your Instagram, and all of those suits on there, dude. Those boys look so good on there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like especially last year. I mean, everyone knows Will Campbell, like hometown boy, now playing for the Patriots. Which, damn, dude. We actually did an NIL deal with Will through us and built him all 7 suits that he wore last year, including some crazy ones we did 2 of them. One of them was the top half of the suit was one fabric, bottom half was another.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, yes, we can do that. And then we did one where the right half was black and the left half was gray.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Dude.
Oh, yeah, we can do some crazy stuff.
That dude's got some style.
Will has a very good eye for style. And I think we're actually in the talks with trying to get him to buy, since he's an offensive lineman, trying to get him to buy the rest of the O-line suits for the Patriots too right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Oh, that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, go fly to Foxborough and go measure up a bunch of Patriots players. Like, oh, no, I'll take off a few days to go do that. Whatever shall I do?
God, I got to go to work.
Yeah, I have to go to work. Like, go meet some professional football players in Massachusetts. Oh, no.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite football player to suit up? And not like the person that was the favorite, but your favorite suit that you did for them?
Favorite suit?
Because to me, they all look great, but I want to know which one you thought was the best.
I'm going to have to think about that one for a second. I'm trying to remember his name. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he was a starter, and he wasn't planning on going to the NFL to play football professionally. Like, he enjoyed it in college, but he was getting a degree in business and was planning on going into like real estate and sort of business investing. And his wasn't the flashy suit or anything. It was a very traditional one. But the fact that he was planning ahead for his professional career with a suit he was getting through NIL deals, that's the one that actually stuck with me the most. Because a lot of the student athletes, they get, super flashy stuff, like, which is great for building their brand, but they can only really wear them once. And the fact that he was building a wardrobe that he would be able to use consistently, like in his future career, like those are the ones that spoke to me the most, and they were the simplest ones.
I love that. So he used it as a tool.
Yes.
I never even thought about using a suit as a tool, but you can.
Yeah, you can. Like, he was building his wardrobe while still at LSU, and that stuck with me. But the one of them that I dropped off for Ashton on Tuesday, that one's going to be really cool. It's a red jacket with black, not spots, like sort of like it's in between like spots and camo type of thing. It looks really, really good.
Probably very faint kind of, or is it pronounced?
A little bit of both. Like, has a little bit of faint, a little bit pronounced. Like, it almost looks like black ink blots on a bright red, fabric, and that one came out so clean. I can't, like, he's wearing it to the Florida game. So anyone that watches this, check out the Florida game. That's what he's going to be wearing it to. Like, that one was pretty slick.
When you watch like LSU games, you ever go, "Oh my God, that's my suit"?
Especially during the Tiger Walk, but when I'm watching the games themselves, it's actually a little bit difficult to watch the games now because like I know the student athletes, I know the players that are playing. So whenever one of the wide receivers that I made a suit for gets smoked,
Yeah.
like it hurts me watching them play now.
Because now
Like,
you know them personally.
yeah, now I know them personally. It's like, oh, this is harder to watch when you actually know these guys.
We did some collabs with some football players last year, and getting to know them, when you watch them or when you see them doing anything, you feel a little bit connected, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you see them on TV, it's just a bunch of dudes looking like they're just beating each other up. But when you
Yeah.
get to know them, they're really good people.
Oh yeah,
You know, like they have families and how much they care for everybody.
exactly.
Then you start to feel bad when they get hurt.
Oh yeah, like I did. So Garrett Nussmeier and like I think there was a third player. They went up to I think Birmingham for SEC Media Day a month or so ago, and that purple plaid suit that Garrett Nussmeier wore, I actually I did the measuring, helped him design that entire suit, which that one came out. That's all I got. Like it's just that good, and like through meeting him, like oh this is gonna hurt. Like hopefully he doesn't get sacked at all this year.
Yeah.
But like when he gets hit, it's like, oh, this one's gonna hurt since I actually do know the guy now.
Wow, I love that. Dude, I'm sad I only have one suit. I'm gonna have to get so many more from you.
Oh yeah, it's sort of like Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop.
You probably have a bunch of suits. Like, how many suits do you have now?
I'm sitting at between suits and sport coats, right around 15 right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Out of those 15, which ones are your favorites?
This is sort of a cop-out answer, but like it's honestly whichever one I'm kind of wearing that day. But I have 3 that I constantly rotate between.
So those are your 3 favorites.
My 3 favorites. So the first one's going to be the one that I wore to the two fittings for y'all.
Is that the one that looks like it's from the Kingsman, the movie?
That's exactly what it is. I'm a huge fan of the Kingsman franchises and all those movies, and since I'm able to make custom suits, I tried to make that one as fairly screen accurate to the gray pinstripe suit that Colin Firth Galahad wore in the first one. But with a few tweaks to fit more my style. So his was the inspiration, and it definitely gives off that vibe. But I did a few of like the custom details to show off all the things that I could do with it. Like I did, contrasting buttonhole on the sleeve and the lapels. And then like I pretty much put all the embroidery options that I could. Like I have Manners Maketh Man on the left side, like with Galahad. I have my name on the right side. And then on the collar felt, I put Kingsman.
Yeah.
Obviously, like it's like when I wear that with the like red, white, and blue regimental tie, and I do have Kingsman glasses with my script in them that I'm not. I should have worn those today. But when I wear that and carry my umbrella on rainy days, there's no denying what I was going for.
Yeah.
I'm that much of a nerd when it comes to like suit stuff.
Dude, I love
things
that,
like
though.
that. Yeah. And then my second favorite, I don't think y'all have seen it yet. It's a blue plaid, like Milano wool silk jacket from Retta, which is one of our Italian mills. That it was actually the first suit or the first jacket that I made when we got access to a new manufacturer with all those high-end Italian fabrics. And that one it's incredibly lightweight for what it is, and I just like the look of it, and like it just speaks to me. And then one of the things that we like to do at Pearce Bespoke, we love giving back to our community. Like we donate suits to the Bella Bowman Foundation. Jeff came over with me whenever we went to the Brock Rock and Wine event. We donated a suit for the auction over there. But I was able to get connected with Baton Rouge Pride this year. So a call is very near and dear to my heart. Like since I'm in the community, I love supporting the community. Donated 2 suits there to raise over $5,000 for the event.
Wow.
And because of that, we'd be setting up a booth at the Pride event. So we needed a jacket to showcase what we could do. And that's actually the suit that I'm wearing today. Like this is one of my favorite ones.
Dude, show me the inside.
So I like, since we can do the custom linings, like instead of just doing a step and repeat, I did the full like pride flag.
Oh, all the way across.
All the way across.
Wow.
I did the full pride flag in here, like the Progress pride flag all the way across on the lining. And well, since it's open and that camera's staring at me, one of the things that we can do, like obviously we can do embroidery. I went so detailed. I went and did the entire rainbow colors across the embroidery over here, like with pretty much every two characters being the different colors of the Pride rainbow.
Oh wow,
Oh yeah,
dude,
we can get that detailed in
that's
these things.
very
Yeah.
nitty gritty, huh?
Oh yeah.
Even the lining on the pocket. Did you choose that?
What? Oh, right here.
Yeah.
No, like whatever lining that we do, that's what they're gonna line the inside pockets with.
Okay.
As well, and I think, yeah, even the chest pocket is lined with it as well.
Dude, that's a sick jacket, man.
Thank you.
Is that the same one I saw on Instagram where you did the 360?
Yes. This is the exact one. So that was the Pride kickoff event on the roof of Tsunami. Screw it, we're going on a funny tangent on this one.
Go.
So that was the beginning of June, which Louisiana, it's already hot. Started at 6, go up there, like it was, supposed to be similar to like white linen night in New Orleans. So everybody's in white linen and everything, and I'm in a full suit in green, so a little bit opposite. Stayed for about 45 minutes. I was like, all right, I'm getting overheated. And since I've lived downtown and worked downtown for 15 years, I know everybody around there. So I walked across the street to a Harris and was talking to one of the bartenders, like, hey, can I go take a nap in your walk-in cooler for like 30, 40 minutes? They're like, yeah, sure. So when they were finally cooled off and went back up to the party when sun was setting, like in that golden hour, which y'all doing, photography and productions, we know how good the light is over there.
So you waited just long enough for the best lighting.
I waited for the best light.
You timed it perfectly.
I timed it perfectly.
So you're sitting here sleeping in a walk-in cooler.
Yep.
For 45 minutes.
Yeah, trying to get my core temperature down, like cool off after sweating through the suit, basically.
Dude.
Which worked out because whenever I walked out, like, because the suit was, let's call it moist from sweating through it. It felt like I was wearing air conditioning after when I went back up there, so it worked out quite well. It was just breezy enough, and like I faced the river because that's facing west with the light and everything. That's where the wind was blowing. So whenever I got up there, I think I had about 3 turns to do everything. So I was racking my brain, how do I want to make this work really well? Because like I knew I wanted to open the jacket, and I was like, all right, how can I segue? I was like, all right, cool, got it. So first pass, just the fit. Like get it all perfect. And then second pass, like the breeze hit just perfectly. So whenever I opened up the jacket to show off the lining, like the breeze hit and was blowing the tails and everything, which I can't plan that. It just like, thanks universe. That one worked out really well. And then for the third bit, like I had one of the Clacker Pride flag fans in my pocket. So opened up the jacket, pulled that out, and just snapped it right as the camera was passing by. And if you like go on my Instagram and find that video, you can see me grin right at that moment because
you nailed it.
I nailed it. I was like, oh, that worked. Like it was perfect.
Good,
it was
man.
so good.
I don't know. You lucked out, man.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way you'd be able to do that again. I don't think.
I don't think I could have done it twice. And the person that was controlling it's just like, this is the best one I've seen, because like everyone goes and they usually goof off with their friends, play with the props. So I was like, I'm going to do a specific thing here. I have a vision, and it worked. I pulled it off, and yeah, I look at that video way too often.
You really do have good vision, because you helped me out a lot with choosing the right fabrics and choosing the right buttons and the different colors on my sleeves and everything. It was so great. But you were just talking about Italian mills.
Yeah.
Is that the best place to get fabric from?
Yeah, everyone, when you think of suiting, you think of like say 3 places. You think of London with Savile Row, which is kind of what my personal suit style is. Like I'm a little on the posh side, and like my style is very Savile Row. Obviously, I have a Kingsman suit, so I'm very Savile Row. Then you think of Italy. Everyone knows about the Italian suit and Italian fabrics. And the third thing is, Asia with their textile manufacturing. Like people still take 48-hour layover in Hong Kong to get suits made in a day and a half. But yeah, at the beginning of this year, we were lucky enough to have a partnership with Retta, which is one of the most well-known fabric mills in Italy. VBC, Videlli, Barberis, Candanico, I think is what it is. Another very good Italian mill. And then we got introduced to Dormay, which is one of our French mills. Their fabrics are fantastic, and they're very cool. Their stuff is very exclusive. They make enough fabric for each collection to make 75 garments, And once the fabric's done, they don't make anymore. So like if you want Dorme, you have to get it pretty much today because there's no guarantee that it's still going to be around the next time you get it.
I didn't realize there were so many fabric places. I don't know much about fabrics to begin with.
Yeah.
But
Well, they all have their kind of different styles. Like George Carley, our English mill, has that sort of worsted wool. So like that, like kind of that soft texture, like looks
Okay.
almost matte and rough a little bit. Like it's very English. That's where a lot of my suits come from. Whereas the Italian stuff is a little bit more sleek and modern, and then the Dorme is kind of in the middle. Like it's not as like sleek and smooth as some of our Italian stuff, but it's not as like rough. I don't want to say rough, not as matte as
More
some of our
textured.
English. Yeah, a little bit more textured. But yeah, depending, it doesn't even matter which mill you get something from. We have everything. Like we have pretty much every color across the spectrum, across the rainbow. Damn near any pattern, like with pinstripes and window panes, and then there's a bunch of different textures. Especially like when someone wants, say, a solid color suit, we have plenty of plain fabrics. But those remind me a little bit too much of off the rack items because you can get black, navy, gray, any color, and it's going to be relatively plain. I like something that has a little bit of texture to it to separate it from like something you can find off the rack at Dillard's Men's Warehouse or like Brooks Brothers anywhere else.
I'm never buying a suit off the rack again. And these aren't very expensive. They're
No.
very affordable.
No, they really are. Like we're at affordable luxury. That and going with a suit through us, like it's gonna last a lot longer than anything you get off the rack anyway. So our suits start at around $13.50. But when it comes to first time clients, I like to throw in one of our $300 dress shirts in as well because you need that tailored dress shirt to go with the suit to complete the look. So at the end of the day, you're pretty much paying $1,000 for your first custom suit. And yeah, once you start, it gets really addictive, and people
does.
get more and more after that.
The shirt length is so important because I I buy some of my shirts from Old Navy and I put it on underneath the jacket and I was like, okay, I got to get a different shirt now.
Yeah.
Like those sleeves, they're not made for me.
No, yeah, I mean, you can even see in the shot here, like I'm showing just a little bit of half inch of cuff, and that's just sitting down. Even like it's the exact same way whenever I'm standing up, because yeah, like whenever I take the measurement for the sleeve, I add about roughly an inch to the shirt, which is obviously a little bit more than you'd want to show cuff wise. But with how our hands and everything work, the shirt sits right here, right where it starts getting a little bit wide, so it stops at that half inch of like perfect little shirt cuff sticking out underneath the jacket.
Dude, y'all think of everything. Like I'm visualizing my suit, by the way.
Yeah.
The shirt has to fit just right because if not, it looks like you don't know how to dress yourself.
It does, yeah. Like that's one of the things that people notice. Even if you do something off the rack, if you get it tailored like the right way to just show the half inch of cuff, like it looks really good. That's one of the things that is one of the easily visible things that you can see if a suit fits well or not is how long the sleeves are. And yeah, getting that right little bit, especially today with a white shirt, it looks good.
It's that and the shoulders, man.
Yep, that
if
and
they're
the shoulders.
too big, you look like a kid
Yes.
wearing your dad's suit, or you look like a pit boss at a casino.
It's funny you mentioned that. Like I've actually dressed a few of the pit bosses at L'Auberge.
Oh,
There's so many people that I've measured. It's not even funny.
I need to go to casinos more, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe not.
I haven't been in quite a long time. FET was the first time in probably like 6 years I stepped foot in a casino.
Yeah.
And I just don't go anymore.
No, like I go to L'Auberge, but it's for events like that. I'm not a big gambler.
I want to keep my money.
True.
I'm not that lucky.
No. The house always wins at the end of the day.
So how did you get into custom suits?
So it was like a perfect right place, right time. Nathan Pearce, the founder, CEO of Pearce Bespoke, about a little over 3.5 years ago, was starting to franchise the entire business. And he's super extroverted, talks to everybody. He actually struck up a conversation with my sister-in-law, who was working at a restaurant bar here in town, and he was talking to her, going like, "Hey, I need do you know of anyone that would want to come sell suits for me? I need someone to take care of the clients here in Baton Rouge." And Camille went, "Well, my brother-in-law's in sales, and he likes wearing suits." And she connected us, and it just sort of went from there, because like at the time I was working for Southern Glazers. I was a like as a sales consultant for them. But before that, I managed hotels and restaurants. So I had a closet full of, off the rack JCPenney suits. But I always took pride in how I looked. So I had those tailored as well. And even those, relatively cheap off the rack suits, people thought I spent a whole lot more because I had them fitted to me. So I've always had sort of an eye for how suits and everything should fit. And like started working with Nathan part-time. And at the beginning of last year, 2024, I went full-time into Pearce Bespoke and got to the point where I am today that like with the book of business I have, my phone rings. Now, like I have like all the appointments I had this week, people that called in to me. But like, I guess I'll figure out a different segue for this. But the entire company was founded in 2018 here in Baton Rouge. Like, so it's a local company. Nathan, who's from Alabama, his wife is from Baton Rouge, moved here. He has a sort of an interesting history. He came from textile clothing manufacturing. He actually started the fraternity collection, which I think when all of us were in university, those T-shirts with the front pockets and the Greek letters on them.
The frocket?
The frocket.
He invented the frocket?
I don't know. I don't want to say he invented it, but he definitely popularized it with the fraternity collection. He actually did the manufacturing in Mississippi. I think it was an old Levi's factory or something like that. And being the businessman and entrepreneur that he is, he got the building for free by hiring back all the employees that used to work there, and like manufactured all that, grew that business before selling it, went on Shark Tank, actually made a deal with Mark Cuban. Unfortunately, you can't find the video because the lighting and everything for his business partner didn't work out so well, so it didn't go on the air, but he did make the deal with Mark Cuban. They grew that, ended up selling the business, and he was trying to think, well, what do I want to do next? And then a friend of his connected him with a traveling tailor out of New York that actually travels all across the country doing what we do. Go measure and then, go back to all the clients after everything goes in. So he learned from that gentleman and started Pearce Bespoke here in Baton Rouge. And so that was 2018. So a few years later, like whenever I started working, he was like starting to franchise this business. And we are still the only custom suiting franchise in the country. Like there are other traveling tailors, but they're all corporate. Like we're the only franchise across the country. We have 64 franchises, like located all across the U.S. And yeah, like it's been a very, very fun gig. I love being able to go to people's homes, offices, measure them, give them that confidence that our clothes give them.
I feel like your personality is perfect for this, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, like I just try and be me. Like I'm not at the end of the day, yes, technically I'm a salesperson, but I see myself more as a consultant. I'm not going in trying to, push the high-end fabrics to get the tickets up. I'm going in to find out what your needs are and how I can fill those needs, and then guiding you through picking like the right fabrics and everything for the goal that you're trying to achieve with those garments.
I feel like that was probably the best part about our first interaction was I didn't feel like you were pushing me to anything.
No, like I don't push things. That's why like
you
I
guided for sure.
Yeah,
I had a lot of questions.
Oh yeah, I guide everybody. Like I'll answer the questions y'all have, give my opinions when necessary or when y'all ask for them. But like I'm kind of trying to guide you, I guess, in a way to come up with the decision on your own in a way.
You gave me a bunch of options and then you told me why each option was good.
Yes.
And then it was up to me to figure out what best suited my intention with this suit.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I said it a couple of times, like you're the one that's wearing it. Like I have opinions about items, but I'm here to help you make the decision that's best for how you're going to wear it. And that's going to like make you want to pull out my suit in the closet the next time you have to wear one.
I can't tell you how many people I've referred to you because of how awesome the experience was.
Yeah.
Yes, the suit was awesome. It really is. But I think the experience of getting the suit made is you have to experience that at least once in your life.
Oh, for sure. And that's why I try and go towards, grooms for their weddings. All too often, gentlemen, they'll go to, Men's Warehouse, Squires, they'll rent something for their wedding.
That's where I went. Dang. Well, I wish I would have known you back then.
Well, me too. Because like our our brides, they get a wedding dress tailored to them. They're spending very good money on those wedding dresses. But I don't know, guys, they go rent something. It's like, hey, like your bride, your wife is going to look fantastic. I want to have you wear something that when your grandkids look at your wedding photos, you're looking your best as well. And then one of the perks about us being gentlemen, we can wear that suit again. We get multiple uses out of it. Your bride only gets to wear that dress once. So yeah, like invest a little bit in here, look your best for your wedding day, and then go wear it out on your anniversary every year.
That is nice.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I wish I would have had one for mine because I love nostalgia. I keep things. I'm probably a hoarder, but I attach memories to things.
Yeah.
And still have T-shirts that I've had from like college or from elementary school that mean something to me.
Yeah, you're never gonna wear them, but like as soon as you see them, it triggers those memories and get to relive it a little bit.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're here to save the client's time, like by being that mobile concierge service. Like say I were to go to meet you on your lunch hour, like 30 minutes, 1 hour, do the whole consultation, like that's relatively quick, like takes about an hour. But if you had to come to a store, being in Baton Rouge, you're 30 minutes away from Baton Rouge no matter where you are. So 30 minutes to wherever a shop would have been, hour at the shop, 30 minutes back. I just cut your time in half by going to wherever you were.
Wow. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
You came to me every single time.
I did.
I never had to meet you anywhere.
No. Like the time is our most valuable asset and is the one thing that we can't get back.
That's right.
So I'm here to save the client's time.
That is my most valuable currency is my time.
Yep.
Thank you for saving me that much. Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That was cool. Now, you had to sit in traffic though.
Yeah, but I get paid for mileage, so it's not a big deal. And I like podcasts and audiobooks. I don't mind it.
Well, I appreciate you doing that, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you making me look so good. And thank you so much for coming in today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I very much enjoyed this whole experience. This has been a lot of fun.
It has been. I agree. We'll have to do it again for sure.
Don't tempt me with a good time. I definitely will.
We'll do it again.
All right.
Because I'm getting another suit.
All right. Bet, as the kids say.
And that's how we'll end this podcast. A bunch of old people talking Gen Z lingo.